Something fishy is going on in the world of Skate Story, and I want to get to the bottom of it. I haven't been able to figure it out all on my own, so I created this video with all the weird Easter eggs and cryptic tidbits I could find in the hopes that we could all figure it out together. I'm going to start off with the silly stuff first and then get deeper into the mysteries as we go, so feel free to dip at any time if you want to try to find this stuff on your own first. I've broken the video down into chapters based on the chapters in the game, so you can kind of follow along as you're playing. In the tutorial area, there's a hidden achievement that I actually missed the first time around, and it unlocks after you talk to this disembodied philosopher head. They say that they want to ponder the skater close up, so you just fly over them and then the achievement pops. Over in the gift shop, there are some rather expensive items that seem like they'd be almost impossible to actually buy. These manhole covers scattered about will regenerate at some point after jumping over them, but they give you such a small amount of soul that it can't possibly be worth it to try to buy them, right? Personally, I haven't gone and done it, but I'm sure at some point someone will buy these items. And one of them in particular is pretty suspicious, this Tunnels number 3 deck. Is it a secret map for one of these skating sections? And what's with the locked door? If an area is non-enterable in the game, there just won't be any prompt at all. Why is this one specifically locked? Nearby there's some sort of grave where if you interact with the suspicious mound of dirt behind it, you'll find a ghost and a ghost deck. This is a reference to the game Sludge Life, where you play as a graffiti artist called Ghost, and it was also published by Devolver. In Blood Heights in Chapter 2, you'll find another cool deck for an upcoming game called the Milk Lake, which has remained pretty mysterious as long as I've been following it for the past couple years, and it appears to be self-published, unless this is a hint at something. I haven't figured out what the deal is with this giant boulder that zooms by, but there's gotta be something here. There's another one in a later chapter, Chapter 6 I think, and the first of 3 extremely suspicious notes can also be found here. It references a bunch of the game's later chapters and levels of the underworld. I can't quite make out everything it says, but so far nothing has stood out to me as an obvious clue. Skate Store does have a few other collectible notes, but they read more like poems and letters than secret maps. I've put all the notes in this section right here in case anyone needs to pause and reference them in the future. There's another similar note in Languishin Square in Chapter 3 right near the flower shop. This one's about the townhouse that you'll visit in Chapter 6. And while we're at it, the last weird note can be found in the next chapter, Chapter 4, and it is about the diamond in Chapter 5. Now this one stands out to me the most with the whole little island thing off to the left side, that and the piece that seems to have been cut out up in the top corner. Could these all just be the developer Sam's notes about story beats that he wanted to include in the game? Maybe, but based on the secret area I found in the next chapter, I'm not so sure we should be discounting them just yet. Back to Chapter 3, it's got a fun little platforming challenge that leads you to a new deck up on the roof, and I think it probably took me like 15 minutes to make it all the way up on my first playthrough. Definitely set down a respawn point near the beginning if you're having trouble. Now Chapter 4 is where things really get interesting. In the waiting grounds area there are 3 pyramid hologram stomp pad things, but I can only get 2 of them to show their activation symbol on the ground. I have no idea what I did or didn't do to make this happen, but I just couldn't get the 3rd one to do much of anything. In my frustration, as I was skating around the rest of the level, I thought, hey, let me try to skate up this hill, and then, hey, the game isn't stopping me. And it's still not stopping me. And this archway you can see just poking out from behind this hill reveals a secret floating island. It doesn't look anything like the island from that note though, and it seems impossible to jump to. I thought maybe there could be an invisible floor somewhere that you could jump to, but I wasn't able to find it, and I did skate around the rest of the level just to be sure. This is really the only level where you can just roam out of bounds like this, and I can't believe I didn't notice it sooner. Maybe this and the 3 pyramids are somehow connected? At this point I'm now in the mindset that everything seems super suspicious, and what do you know, shortly after I discover the glowing crosswalk manual thing. If you manual across any of these stripes, they flash white and then their lights go out completely. There are a ton of these in Chapter 4 and a few other places in the game too, so maybe something happens if you activate every single one in a playthrough? I don't know, man, maybe I'm just really into conspiracies, but there's gotta be something going on. For your more basic Easter eggs, this chapter also has 2 fun stickers, one that references Qualia, a free game that came out earlier this year where you have to determine if the participants in a research study are human or artificial, and then there's Volvy's Treasure, which refers to the Devolver mascot, Volvy. And then I was just trying to make it out of bounds again anywhere I could, which reminds me, I was able to do it in chapter 2, but I think this one was just a glitch. Now in chapter 5, there's another platforming section that is a lot longer and more precarious than the first one, but you can throw up some respawn points in the middle, so overall it's not too difficult. And your reward is another deck. This is also the only other gift shop besides the one in the tutorial where you can buy something that isn't related to your board, a very expensive can of dark tea, but I wasn't able to find anyone to gift it to. Inside the gem shop, there's a beautiful sparkling Suzanne head from Blender, and Blood Cultures, who did a lot of the game's music, have their 2021 album Luno up on the wall. If you return to the Skater's Dream at any point, you can also watch one of their new music videos on this TV. I tried searching around the boss arena for the Violet Moon since it is just a flat plane stretching out to infinity, but nothing. Chapter 6 starts off in an apartment with a Loop Hero poster. The second hidden achievement I found is located to the left of the apartment building, all the way towards the back of the map. You'll find this suspicious circle on the ground, and when you skate past all these little lights fast enough, they'll turn red and this thing appears. All that's left to do is give it a good old stomp after racking up a combo of 9,999 points. In the gift shop in this chapter, you can buy both Inscription and Devolver decks, and then afterwards head on over to the binoculars that seemingly overlook nothing, just the edge of the structure and the building behind it. I think there might have been another set of binoculars in a different level that also look at nothing, but I couldn't find any footage of that, so maybe I made it up. Now, getting to the end of the game, during the Oblivion portion, the part where you're just a shadow, you can find a rubber duck off to the side of the arena. Similar to the previous achievement, all you have to do is get a combo of 9,999 and stomp. There is one achievement I haven't found yet. It's called Eternally Bound, with a description of Break the Chain of Regret, and its icon is a Millie card. So I'm thinking this probably has to be part of chapter 2 during the whole subway thing. I'm sure some people will have already found it by the time this video goes live, so I guess let me know in the comments. And then, not an Easter egg or a secret, but something I find extremely amusing is just the entire last sequence. Let's hope the sequel to this game is called Slug Story, because this is just perfection. And that's all I got for you. I'll just do a quick rundown of all the, quote, unsolved mysteries I listed off, which again could be completely solved already or just in my head, but I can only make a video so quickly. The big thing is this floating island in chapter 4, which is potentially connected to 3 pyramids in the same area. I also never mentioned it, but is anyone else missing a few tricks? I would think the game wouldn't let you skip over any of them unless they're hidden on the island. Something's definitely going on over there. Then there are the glowing lines, which could just be a red herring, but you never know. And the boulders, are they just NPCs or are they hiding something? If you can't tell, I had a fun a ton making this video and playing this game, and I can't wait to see what everybody else finds that I missed. So chime in the comments if you have anything cool. I also have been and will continue to be following along with everybody's discoveries in the Skate Story Discord server so that I don't miss anything. Happy skating!